Hello, I am John from Predator Minute, a podcast where we usually break down the 1987 action sci-fi classic Predator 1 minute at a time. But seeing as that show is coming to an end very shortly, we're just about to record our last episode, publish that, and then we'll be done with that. I figured I'd post a couple other things to the channel, just kind of hobby-wise, and see how that goes. One of my big hobbies these days is collecting sneakers, specifically mainly Ultraboosts from Adidas, and I have quite an extensive collection. I would love to share that right now. You might notice there's a scoreboard above my shoulder there talking about FW, SS, and all. That just relates to the different seasons. As I was looking at the shoes, and really anytime I look at my shoes about to pick one out for the day, I think right away, is this shoe appropriate for this weather, for this season? Right now we're in winter in earnest, especially here in the Pacific Northwest. You might hear some rain. It's our rainy season, our cold season, so there's going to be shoes I wear during that season, and there are going to be shoes I wear only in the spring and summer, and there's some shoes I'll wear just year-round, all. I kind of kept a crude or rudimentary checklist off to the side there on a piece of paper, and who knows if that'll actually match what I say here. But I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to go basically in number order, so 1s, 2s, 4s, 19s, 20s, and then a couple of Ultraboost models that are not the numbered type, and then just a few other sneakers I have to show off the complete collection. I thought that'd be kind of fun. All right, so I'm going to start off with, a lot of you know, just looking at this, if you're an Ultraboost fan, this is the collaboration with Huang, the famous chef. And I might have to refer to my notes every once in a while for my cheat sheet for what the details are, but these are the Chinese New Year 1.0 in the red with the gold hints, especially that gold shiny torsion bar at the bottom. It's probably my favorite part about these. As snug as most Ultraboosts are, or at least as cozy, comfortable, I don't feel these are as comfortable as like my 1s or 2s or 4s or 19s or 20s, honestly. There's something about the materials, that kind of satiny feel on the inside that gives a little bit of like a slippery feel, when, in my opinion, sneakers are better when they're locking down your foot. But I really can't pass up that color. I like the gold, like the gold lace tips, those aglets, quite nice. Found this on StockX. It was a pair I'd been having my eye on for a long time, and it came with the original laces, the extra pairs of laces, the salmon and the black laces. There we go, I keep forgetting where my camera is. And the little, I guess, carry bag or dust bag. I've used this a lot actually in the laundry when I wash my Ultraboosts. I haven't washed the Huang pair though in the washer and dryer, or in the washer. I don't think those materials are made for that, but other Ultraboosts that are just really prime knit do pretty well in the washer and cleaning off the stains. Okay, I might have to go a little bit faster. I have a lot of sneakers. The next pair I have, another collaboration with Consortium. These are the engineered garments. I actually bought these used off eBay, another pair I had my eyes on for a long time, and I was super excited. I did have to buy them used, so they're a little bit beat up, but I really like the engineered garments. That Bluebird colorway it's called. And this is really a pair worth showing both sets, or both sneakers, since they are asymmetrical. There's an asymmetrical design. I know some people don't like that. I really like that, and I also really like the gum bottom. Not a lot of gum bottom Ultraboosts. Hopefully the volume's good. If not, that's something I'll have to fix for future video. All right. Next is the 1.0 in the retro olive colorway. that just came out, I believe, in November. I can't remember if it was October, November, December of this year, 2020, but I really like these. Oh, I meant to say, I was keeping seasonal count, and the Huang and the Bluebird, definitely all year round shoes. Those shoes, I feel like, hold up pretty well in any weather, as long as you dry them if they're too wet. But the Olive, another all season shoe, I would say, because it looks good in the spring and summer with those green and orange colors, and it's kind of warm, you know, in the winter, in the fall, with that wool on the edge. All right, next up is another 1.0 retro. This would be the Burgundy, or I think Adidas calls it the Maroon, but it's really based off that Burgundy model. Again, that similar orange torsion bar to the Olive 1.0s. I would say this falls more in line with the fall and winter season. But very comfortable sneakers there. Again, I really like that wool soft toe area. They are warm on feet. All right, next up is the 1.0 in the wool gray. I would say all weather, but they really show markings and dirt pretty well for such a dark gray. I took a spill right here while I was riding scooters with my son the other day, and yeah, the ground really tore up the toe box, and I could actually see my socks through there, through the newly formed holes there. But that's the 1.0 in the wool gray. I'll still lean all weather, all seasons, just because I really like having those on feet. At least a gray pair that doesn't stain too bad. Next up, one of the NCAA colorways, the Miami with the orange and the white. And as bright as these are, they do have this really nice mud guard. Can't really see it that well, but it is a slightly different thickness than the rest of the upper, and than other models too. And because of that thicker upper, or that thicker mud guard there, I would say these are more all season. Look good in the summer, spring, fall, winter. They do come with the little Velcro patches there that go on the tongue. I don't know how I feel about those, but I don't know, it's kind of different. Mixing it up, good job, Adidas. Still in the 1.0s, if you can believe it. I believe I have 8 1.0s. All right, another NCAA color pack. The UW, the purple with the gold stripes. Both my brothers went to UW, but they're not really into the merchandise. I really like this because I found a really good deal on this down at an Adidas outlet store close by. Really right after it came out, so I had a really good deal for something brand new, and I really like them. I would say they're more the fall winter style though. Also come with the little patches there that come off, the little Velcro patches. I don't need to rip them off. There's the other Velcro patches though if you don't want the college insignias on your tongue there. You can put just the plain Adidas Velcro patches. All right, and I believe this is my last 1.0. This would be the Retro Solar Red, which I believe came out last year. Let me double check. Solar Red, or Solar Orange. I've seen it written as both. Yes, came out a year ago. Where's my release date? Fascinating, I know. Yeah, October 3rd of 2019 was the release date, and I picked them up on eBay about a month later for a good price. I really like, again, that 1.0 kind of soft toe box surrounded by this more rigid, rugged mudguard. I really enjoy that, and because of the brightness and that mudguard, I think that's an all-season shoe. That retro. I might do the yellow, but I don't know. It's hard to wear yellow other than in spring and summer here in the Pacific Northwest, and really just the summer. All right, those are the ones. Let's look at the twos. Very short stack of twos. Not a lot of 2.0s caught my eye, but there are some good ones still out there that look interesting that I'd like to pick up. All right, here's the Lady Liberty. One of the models this is one of the models I knew the art number right away because I was always looking for it once I saw shoe reviews on it. The CG2928. It was one I was just used to Googling and putting on eBay and StockX and GOAT just to check the latest prices. And it popped up on GOAT for a rather low price. I think it was $120 for a brand new pair. It was not a used pair on GOAT, but a brand new pair. And yeah, they had the insole with the NYC labeling and the reflective laces, the 3M. That doesn't really show up here in the garage with the great LED lighting. Right. Oh, and that tone, that lightness of the tone of that teal, or I guess they call it antique brass, I think that makes that a spring summer shoe here in the Northwest. Otherwise it marks up really easily and I have to throw it in the wash. All right, another 2.0 is the Multicolor Rainbow Gradient. Just double check the name there as I'm holding that up. Yeah, Multicolor Rainbow Gradient. Maximum file size reached. I wonder what that means. Where's that going to save then? Oh my gosh. But this pair, picking this up, was directly inspired by another shoe tuber, or a shoe tuber. I'm not a shoe tuber. Another sneakerhead, a friend, shoes up, sleeves down. When I sent him information or a list of options and said, hey, like which one looks best to you as a 2.0 colorway, he was voting for this one, and then I think he made a video shortly after, or he had already made a video. I don't remember, but it was a good choice. And I think I might have said that's an all-weather one. Yep, that was one I said all-weather. Here's another all-weather one, even though you might think it's just fall and winter. But this is the Asterisk. There's another one I knew the number right away of because I was looking for it so much, the EF2901. I guess I knew the Bluebird one as well because I was searching for that all the time. Can't remember off the top of my head now. I think it was BC0949 if I remember correctly. Yep. When you're searching for these shoes that you really want, yeah, you're gonna remember things like the numbers of them. Just love the black boost. This cage right here is really unique. It's not like other Ultraboost cages. It's not all plasticky. It has like a faux leather feel, I would say, to it. Yeah, and I actually like to wear it all year round. Yeah, because of the brightness, it stands out all throughout the year. Because of that black boost, it really hides stains really well. Just a favorite right there. And that white heel cup really stands out. Oh, and that's it for the 2.0s. Have some 4.0s. This is, I believe, my one pair of shoes that does not have the original box, just because I really had my eye on this for the longest time. The 4.0 in the Tech Ink with the white stripes. I believe it's part of Show Your Stripes package. Yes, I bought it used, and yes, it looks used all the way around, all the way through, including the no box, which I was bummed about, but I really like this pair. It's just one of the first Ultraboosts that I had my eye on. It took probably a year and a half of just kind of looking every week or every month or so until it popped up, I think, on GOAT for a good price. The Tech Ink. Oh, and that would definitely be an all year round shoe because it just matches everything. That kind of blue, and I have a lot of blue shoes. Okay, continuing with the 4.0s. Ooh, first ever Ultraboost pairs, the 4.0 Mocha. Another quite beat up shoe. I do wear my shoes, and the shoes that I've had for longer, well, I've worn more, so they're going to be more beat up. I think I bought these used off of eBay in 2019, maybe March or April. But there's the Mochas. I would say more of a fall, winter, but I feel like they really go well with the color orange. So if you ever have something orange to wear with the Mochas, then that will work out for you. All right, another 4.0. Right, this is the carbon / active orange / raw white. It has that more straight toe box pattern that 4.0s sometimes have. Sometimes the 4.0s have the callback to the 1.0 toe box pattern, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they look a little bit different. And this one looks a little bit different than the traditional 1.0 toe box pattern. But this is another pair I had my eye on a long time. I'm not remembering the number of this one right off the top of my head. DB2834, definitely one I had on the Google alerts or the eBay alerts. But I'm a big fan, especially the stripes here. The stripes are not smooth. They have a little bit of texture to them. I think that's where the carbon comes in, because there's maybe one or two other Ultraboost models with carbon laces, or they're called carbon laces. This would be my first pair. I believe this is the first pair of Ultraboost I ever bought. Really the thing that kicked off my collection. I started off with a whole bunch of uncaged Ultraboosts, and after a while I didn't like how snug around the ankle they were. I also tried the Ultraboost ST model, and that was really not comfortable on the arch of the foot where that stability plate was. It just, my feet didn't need it. And finally I was seeing reviews of most comfortable shoes. People would say Ultraboost, yes, but then they would say, you know, that current model, the 4.0 or the 1.0, the 2, the 3. I don't have any 3, but I have a whole lot of 4s. And I keep forgetting where I am on the season count. I can't remember what I called the active orange, if that was all season or just fall, winter. I'm not really sure. I'm losing count. I'll give you a more official count at the end. But yeah, there's that Ultraboost 4.0 in the anniversary colorway with the yellow lace tips, the yellow insoles, yellow active Adidas logo brand on the toe, and then, or not the toe, there you go, on the tongue, and then the torsion bar is yellow too. Really great shoe for all purposes. That said, I've worn this so much because it was my first pair. You can see how the Continental rubber has started to rub off, so I don't wear them as often. And when I do, it's more likely in fall, winter, and really it's a good shoe to wear at work. I'm a teacher on my feet all day, and it's really good to have a pair of black and white shoes that just go with anything. So I'd say all weather, I don't know. In the fall and towards the spring and the school, I'm usually wearing the flashier shoes because it's time to break them out. All right, here is the black and red Ultraboost 4.0. Sorry, I have to look at names for a lot of these because I don't know the names of all of them. It just says Power Red, Core Black, Cloud White. This was another pair inspired by Shoes Up, Sleeves Down. So thank you for the inspiration there. It kind of sneakily has the 1.0 toe pattern too. A kind of arrow. Kind of hard to see there, but I was wearing them all day today and noticed, hey, they have that arrow shape. Definitely an all-weather shoe or all-season shoe because they have that red that really pops. But they also can hide those fall and winter stains really well. All right, what cannot really hide fall and winter stains, I thought it could, but it can't, would be the 4.0 and the gray, the light gray. Let me double check. Gray 2, core black. All right, you can see that. Definitely has the toe box arrow pattern from the 1.0. But this is a 4.0. I really like that cage, that kind of soft gray looking cage. Very nice. These are due for a wash. There they are. I believe this is the last pair of 4.0s, and if the anniversary pair was my first pair, I believe these were the second pair, and ones I like immediately had my eye on, the USA/Kansas. So I must have picked these up back in February or March of 2019. Love those bright white stripes, love the bold coloring of the red, white, and blue. And they also have that 1.0 arrow pattern in the toes. You don't see it right away, but then when you look at it and you're looking for it, you can see it's there. Definitely an all-weather or all-season shoe because they're so bright, but the hide stains okay. They've had a few washes because they're one of my favorites. So thank you for those 4.0s. All right. You might have noticed I don't have any 3.0s. 3.0s never really did it for me. I had one pair of 3.0s for about a week. They were the core black ones, and they just were not comfortable compared to the 4.0s I had been wearing. So had to sell them off and use that money to buy more 4.0s. All right, now I'm kind of jumping from those 1s, 2s, and 4s to 19s and 20s. I have just a couple pairs of 19s. These are due for a wash, but these are the Star Wars, the Millennium Falcon shoes that came out in November 2019. I was super excited to have these. Jumped on them right away. And every time I saw the new Star Wars movie in theaters, I was wearing this pair. Just still really like the that bold blue heel cap coloring. You have the Millennium Falcon right there on the tongue. You have Jump to Lightspeed on the heel there. You have Never Tell Me the Odds on this other heel. And something kind of underrated about this shoe, I felt like, was the outsole was the same color as the midsole. So it really bleeds into, these two areas really bleed into each other color-wise, and it looks like one big solid unit. I really like the look of that for some reason. Kind of like when the 4.0, when it was kind of a white midsole and white outsole, but like the Kansas pair does the same thing, where it kind of looks like one big chunk. I like that for some reason. I don't know why. But that Millennium Falcon pair really does that well for me. All that said, even though I bought these in winter or fall and wore these a lot in winter, they're really more of a spring-summer shoe. They don't hide stains well at all. But they are that 2019 with that little extra stability portion on the toe box. Right, my second and last 2019 Ultraboost is the, there we go, I believe it's the Volts. Let me double check my papers. Whoops, there we go. Yeah, the gray Volt, gray 3, core black, Volt yellow. There we go. Found these on eBay for a really good price about a year ago, I think. Nope, back in February, actually, of 2020. But I really like the green / yellow, whatever, neon green colors here in the back and in the front. You see it in the toe box too. You see a gray overlaying over the green. Little neon green torsion plate. All season shoe because of the darker colors. It hides the stains, but because of the lighter colors, you can wear it really anytime. That said, these are due for a wash as well. I'm saying that a lot. have to wash my shoes. Rejuvenator. All right, then we jump into the 20s. I believe I do have 8 different 2020s. I'm a big fan of Ultraboost 2020s. I think they do really well as runners and just all around running arounders. Here is the, there we go. I don't know how well that picks up the brightness of this color. But this would be the 2020 in the Volt or the Signal Green colorway. The whole thing is that bright green, very cool, except for the outsole, which is black. Even the torsion bar there is keeping up with that. It has the prime blue indicator on the insole, made of recycled ocean plastic, very exciting there. And I do like on the toe box, they do kind of call back to the 1.0 toe boxes of that arrow design, at least I think all the 2020s do. And this is another one inspired by Shoes Up, Sleeves Down, Tristan. I think we were conversing a lot over Twitter or YouTube or Instagram, I can't remember. And we both picked it up, I think, from Havoc Sports. Let me double check here. I write down wherever I buy my shoes. Yeah, Havoc Sports back in April. Right. Next up is another 2020. A gray upper. You're going to see a lot of gray uppers for the 2020s. And this one, let me double check, is your gray copper 2020. As you can tell, it's gray on the top and on the bottom. It has kind of a copper iridescence, kind of an interesting, I don't even know what color you call it, like worm colored, earthworm colored maybe, in the heel cup. Interesting there. I replaced the original gray laces with black laces. I feel like that gives it a little bit more contrast. It matches with the outsole a little bit too. It hides the stains a little bit better because, messed up or stained laces is kind of gross compared to the rest of the shoe. I like the shininess of the 3 stripes there. Yep, that's the gray copper. And then if you know 2020s, you know that one of the first releases was the ISS, International Space Station collaboration. I can't tell if I'm showing you that. There we go. You can see that in the insole. And this is the pair I was really excited to have, that first 2020 pair. I was super excited to have was the gray upper and the iridescent purple midsole. Definitely a spring summer shoe because this gray is so light, is so fluffy that it stains really easily. But yeah, really like the feel of these. They look really good, and I'm always terrified when I wear them in the fall or the winter because they stain so easily, but they have such good look, and they have the silver in the heel cap. Just double checking the name, something I'm missing. They call them Dash Gray with the Blue Boost, because even though it's iridescent, it definitely will turn blue in the right light. I'm showing purple right here, but in my eyes, I'm seeing blue. It's crazy. I think those came from StockX, close to their release date. All right, and this is one I don't think I've seen on YouTube. I'm frequently checking Ultraboost videos for new reviews, upcoming releases. I don't think this one was ever reviewed. This is the Royal Blue, Scarlet Red 2020. I love that royal blue, that bright blue. I have several shoes with that royal blue look. It's really reminiscent of the USA in the 4.0 pattern. So maybe that's why it drew my eye, because the 4.0 was so strong in my eyes. When I see something similar, yeah, I have to pick it up. So here's the 2020, here's the 4.0. You can see some similarities like in the heel cap, and the stripes being a lot lighter, or white really on both pairs, and the blue uppers. But that blue coloring, I would say, is a little more solid in the 2020. And because of that nice blue with the brightness as well as being able to hide stains. That's an all-season shoe. And again, I'm losing my count. I don't know. I have a rough count here on paper, but I don't know how accurate that is. All right, another 2020. Oh, another one I have not seen live in video on YouTube. Maybe other people have it, they just don't want to advertise it. This is another 2020, and let me say the colors right here. This is Signal Green, Glory Blue, and Gray. That's what they called the gray. They called it gray. Can't say much more than that, but I really like the neon green all throughout. I believe this is the third shoe I've shown with that kind of neon green, and there's one more to come that's not Ultraboost that I have with the neon green. Definitely one I had my eye on right away when I saw release images or press release about this shoe. I think it's FX0899. That was another one I was Googling a lot. Again, it kind of almost has that earthworm colored heel cap. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I don't really care because I like the rest of the shoe so much. And am I really torn because it's so light in the toes that makes me keep away from fall and winter wearing a lot of times with this kind of style. So I'm going to call it spring summer because of the brightness, because I've washed these a few times. Most recently twice in a row because it was just not taking out those stains. So that is in the Signal Green, Glory Blue, and Gray. All right, another one, I think my third pair in a row I have not seen on YouTube. This would be the all gray upper, gray and silver upper. I'm going to look up the colorway here. It was hard to find too. I saw it, I was really excited about it. Went to just the Adidas site, picked it up pretty close to the release date, only about a week after it was released, April of 2020. The colorway is medium gray heather, silver metallic, multi-solid gray, just gray all around. But similar to that 4.0 gray, I realized, well, this is more of a summer, spring wear, or spring, summer wear than a fall, winter wear. Just because it stains so easily, because the whole thing is light gray. I really do like the laces. I think the laces provide a nice contrast, as well as this heel cup. The 3D heel printing really pops because it's like a black line with a white surrounding. So those are more that spring summer pair, but they look really good on feet. They go with a lot of things. I've seen these a few times, and these are definitely a pair I need to sell really bad. As you can tell, they're bright white upper. I hardly ever wear these. I can't wear something that's mostly white upper. That's just not lasting. I've washed these a couple times and probably put them up for sale pretty soon, but this is another 2020 pair in the Crystal White, Glory Blue, Solar Red colorway. They popped up on eBay for a really good price. I picked them up, wore them a couple times, then had to wash them, realizing that I can't wear something like this. I have two little kids I need to chase around. I can't wear something that's going to stain at the drop of a pine cone or something like that. So definitely like a summertime only wear here in the Pacific Northwest. Ooh, and my last pair of 2020s, and also a pair I haven't seen really reviewed on YouTube. Oh, I had my eye on these since I just found random images of Ultraboost 2020 models back in April of 2020. I was super excited to pick these up. They finally dropped. I didn't think they were going to drop. I thought there was this mythical colorway that didn't exist, that was not going to exist. Officially, they're called the What the Solar Red Ultraboost 2020. As you can see, a lot of different colorings happening here. It's kind of reminiscent of the Packer 1.0 Ultraboost collaboration from, I think, last year, 2019, in that colorway. Yeah, it has the solar red, pretty bright toe box. I would call these all-weather shoes, though, all-season shoes, because they look so good on feet. I've already worn them a few times, and here in the fall and the winter, and really haven't picked up too bad of stains. Definitely some gunk on the bottom. I'm not going to show you that. But a pair I was super excited to pick up. It was one I'd been tracking, like I said, for, gosh, about 7 months to when they came out. 7 or 8 months. Cool. All right, so those are all the numbered Ultraboosts. I do have just a few unnumbered ones that don't have, like the 1s, the 2s, the 4s, 19s, and 20s. I'll go over, well, 3 specific fall-winter shoes. And the first of my 2 all-terrain shoes. I really like the Ultraboost all-terrain. They handle really well in cruddy, crappy weather. They don't feel so good in the spring and summertime, but really, you know, puddle jumping, running through the mud with the kids. The all-terrain, you really can't go wrong. And look at the colorway here. This is the Core Black, Shock Red, Shock Yellow. And you can see that heel cup is a nice bright yellow. I like my bright colors, even on the fall-winter shoes. And that was a pair that I had been wanting for a long time and finally picked up. Let's see, I'll wait for a second for those. This is the second of the all-terrains. This is the high-res Aqua. As you can see, they have the nice bright white stripes. The Aqua hit, I guess, or hint. I never know what they're saying when they're talking. Those sneakerheads are talking about colorways, but I like the Aqua lace tips as well. And they have that kind of, I don't know what that is, some kind of random hodgepodge mountain Adidas logo. But another pair that has that nice thick outsole, perfect for running around with the kiddos in the fall and the winter. I'm not worried about dirtying them up or tearing them up. They have quite thick mud guards and toe boxes. Ooh, and the big mamma jamma of all the all-terrains. This would be the Ultraboost Guard. It is made of, it does have a different makeup, a different build than the all-terrains. Specifically, the toe box comes pretty much waterproof. So I was just out in the snow with the wife and the kids today, out sledding, and these things didn't become wet at all. My feet weren't wet at all. My feet were very warm in them, just wearing regular athletic socks. So I wasn't doing any extra preparation for my feet other than just throwing the guard on. And you'll know that's the Ultraboost Guard because it has the lettering that says guard back there under the heel cup. Not the flashiest pair, but because of what they're made of, because of the beatings they can take. Again, another thick outsole like the other all-terrains. But because of those features, I'm really confident wearing these on the ice and the snow and the dirt and the mud. I can't say the same for some of the other sneakers, especially the light gray ones. All right, last 2 of my Ultraboosts coming up here. I have a couple S and L suede and leather models. One I was looking a lot at online when it first came out, and was just kind of patiently waiting for it to pop up for a good price, which it did eventually on Goat, I believe. No, StockX. But this is the blue, the cloud white, gray 3 Ultraboost SNL. They actually throw a 1.0 on here. I don't know, I guess because of the toe box shape there and that mud guard. But the other suede leather one has that too, and it's not called the 1.0. But there's that royal blue. I think I've seen this in a video. I'm not really sure. This might be one I haven't seen, but definitely an all-weather, all-season shoe. That royal blue, I really can't go wrong with royal blue all year round. Really last of the Ultraboost, kind of sad. I've gone through all of them. But I have the Ultraboost in the olive, or kind of like military green, you could call it, colorway. Again, really similar toe box and mud guard to the SNL and the royal blue, but they don't call it 1.0, they call it Ultraboost SNL in the raw khaki trace cargo solar red. I'm not really sure. I guess that's solar red right there. Doesn't quite match the other solar reds. It looks closer to like a solar orange. I swapped out the laces for bright orange pair of laces. That said, these aren't that comfortable on my feet as like the other SNL, which I wore the other day. These feel a little bit more boxy and a little bit kind of like firm in some places, soft in other places, just not the comfiest feel. So throw it to fall and winter wearing. Beat them up. And I think this raw khaki pair was another shoes up sleeves down inspired purchase when I found them on eBay for a good price. Right. I do have a couple more Adidas pairs, 3 more Adidas pairs. I have 3 SL20 pairs. First off is one another one I haven't seen on YouTube at all. This is the SL20 and Noah collaboration. Oops, there we go. You can see it has the prime blue on the insole. I believe Noah is like a sailing apparel company. These shoes are super light. SL20s normally are super light. Not only are these super light though, they have like really good suede in the upper region here, the heel region along the laces there. Speaking of that, the tongue is like a really, really kind of thin, I would say sail-like material. I used to live in a sailboat with my wife back in the day for a couple of years, and I could definitely see me wearing something like that while piloting the sailboat. But very cool pair, that collaboration. Again, I don't think I had seen that one on YouTube yet. Yeah, I saw the SL72 Noah, but not the SL20 Noah. Very light, very, very light, a lot lighter than Ultraboost, and really good for just kind of all-around activities, I find. I don't think I talked about that much, like a performance review of the other shoes. But generally speaking, I feel like the 19s and 20s are much better at like active activities, at being active and participating in sports, running around in general, and the 1.0, 2.0, 4.0s are more for, I don't know, casual wear. Maybe a little bit of running, but I wouldn't really run too much in those singular digits. Definitely in the 19s and 20s though, and the SL20s. The SL20s are very much running shoe. This is, I think, one of the 2 or 3, I think there are 3 or 4, I don't even know, a handful of colorways that came out when the SL20 first came out, and this is one of them. Found this for a really good deal on Adidas website. For some reason, Adidas, when they have their big sales, they don't really worry too much about SL20s. They'll worry all the time about Ultraboost models, like, no, that one's not on sale, that one's not on sale. But SL20s, like, this was brand new, picked it up for 30% off the normal, whatever sale price it was. I think it was like already knocked down to 72, so you take another 30% off, and I think ended up buying it, for like I don't know if the math is right there, but like around $50. So really good deal there for such a super versatile shoe. All around, weather definitely. That light strike material right there gives you the light strike and wording right there. Very comfortable. Nice thick Continental outsole there. How it's split between the heel and the toe section. A different looking torsion bar there. Very solid. So great for running, great for all around activities, active activities. And the last of my Adidas I've just been wearing just over the last couple of hours, but this is the SL20 in the, what is it? SL20 in the Solar Yellow Clear Aqua colorway. Not quite the same though as the SL20s, and I'm realizing that the SL20 in the blue I just showed you, another royal blue of course, was also a Summer.Rdy, which you could tell by the way the toe box is perforated so much there. The toe box here on this SL20, this bright yellow one, indicates it is a different model of shoe. I believe it's SL20.2, so it's like the version 2 of something that came out just a few months ago. If I look at the release dates, the SL20, the blue one on top, came out June of 2020, and the yellow one came out in December of 2020. So released only 6 months apart. I'm not doing that for the math. I'm doing the math of how the lightness feels. They feel about similar lightness, but one of the big differences I noticed right away when I put on the yellow pair, the 20.2s, is that heel area is a lot higher, and you do feel that. So if you're not someone who likes things on your heel rubbing up, you might not enjoy the 20.2. You might just stick to the SL20. I don't know. I have seen this reviewed all over the place by a bunch of runners who really love the SL20, at least in the original design, construction, what have you. All right. I have a very small amount of Nikes to go over, and then a New Balance, and that's it. Thanks for sticking around if you've been watching. I've probably been taking a little bit longer than I meant to. All right. I only have one Air Max shoe, the Air Max 90 in the Volt colorway. This is the Recraft silhouette for 2020. Pretty comfortable. I would say on a scale of like 10 being some of those Ultraboosts in comfort, this is probably a 6 or a 7. And from what I've heard, the older Air Max 90s definitely weren't even that high, but still really fun to wear these. These go really well all seasons. Just love that brightness. I love the different materials they're using here. And when you put it on, hey, it looks like you know you're putting on like a classic sneaker, so it's fun to have that. And then, yeah, it came in this special little box that not all Air Max 90 Recrafts came in this year. All right. I did look at Nike for other Ultraboost-like models, and one that kept popping up was the Pegasus Turbo. This is Turbo 1. It's not Turbo 2. It's not Pegasus 37. Whoops. Lost my list, but I believe these Pegasus 35 Turbos, that's the official name. Let's see, this is the Obsidian Mist, Vast Gray, Black, Bright Crimson colorway, which came out August of 2018. And I picked it up this last summer here in 2020. Because of the light gray, again, throwing you to spring and summer. Sorry. Essentially, these were brand new, but they did not include the box top. Kind of a bummer there, but solid shoes. I really like the comfort of those. They really bounce really well. Great for running. I wouldn't say as great as the 19s or 20s for like other activities, other active activities, but still fun. Here's the 35 Turbo in the Orbit Red colorway. I really like this kind of gradient from dark green to yellow as it goes back. None of my Pegasus Turbos have split in the back, probably because I rotate through my shoes so infrequently or frequently. But that's a solid pair. The Orbit Red, I would say all year round use. All right, I have a 35 Turbo in the kind of traditional black and white colorway, similar to that anniversary pair of Ultraboost 4.0s I have. This is the black, vast gray, oil gray, Gunsmoke colorway, also coming out in August of 2018. Another purchase I made this last summer, 2020. And I would say, yeah, all-weather shoes, because black and white shoes tend to go with so many outfits. Right. My last Nike, or I don't even know if it's heresy to call it Nike, but this is the Jordan React Havocs. I was looking for a good training shoe, and this one was recommended over and over. I haven't seen this one, I don't think, officially on YouTube, so this might be a first-timer for YouTube. Very exciting if it is. Very good for training shoes, very light. I wouldn't run in them. They're not that comfortable as much to run in, but they feel great to jump around in, to follow a CrossFit-like routine or something like that, something like Millionaire Hoy, who does the high-intensity interval training. Very comfortable. The Jordan React Havoc, and because they have the React there, super soft. It was very exciting to put on a different technology than Boost, when I first bought these before I had any Pegasus turbos, and I really like that softness there. I can see why people love the React. Right, and the last pair of shoes, last pair of sneakers, I'll call it, in the collection are the New Balance 997 Sport in the multicolor. Another pair I just saw other sneakerheads on YouTube showing, and I just thought, oh, I have to have those. Those look so great. And they do. They're so colorful. They look so good in hand. They feel a little chunky, a little clunky wearing. Definitely with something with sport in the name, it's like having sport coat or sport jacket in the name. They're not that sporty to run around in. You wouldn't run in them, but they're quite comfortable, and they look great on feet. They just look wonderful, wonderful on feet. Go with a lot of clothing options. Definitely an all-weather shoe because they have that mix of coloring, that brightness, that darkness. Yeah, and of course the gum bottom. Oh, love the gum bottom. And that's it. If you want to see any more of those shoes, like in greater detail, I'd be happy to make a shorter video showing that. Thank you for sticking around there. I think the final count I had of the fall, winter / spring, summer / all season for where the shoes landed, I believe I had 23 shoes in the all seasons, 7 in the fall winter category, and 12 in the spring summer. And I might have disagreed with my own reading there. But thanks for watching, and talk to you next time.